What if the secret to regaining your leg strength isn't in the gym, but right in your kitchen? What if the food you eat tonight could reawaken your muscles by tomorrow morning? And what if one simple habit could help your legs feel younger, stronger, and steadier, starting in just 12 hours? Hi, I'm Dr. Nana, and today on Senior Health Boost, we're diving into one of the most exciting scientific discoveries in modern nutrition: how timing the right kind of food can dramatically restore leg power and balance after 50. For years, we've been told to blame aging for muscle weakness, fatigue, and loss of balance. But new research tells a different story, one that starts not with age, but with cellular nourishment and rhythm. According to a groundbreaking 2023 study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who followed a specific nutrient-rich evening diet saw measurable gains in mitochondrial activity and muscle protein synthesis the very next morning. That means their cells, especially in the legs, literally woke back up. Think about that. The same day you fuel your body right, it begins rebuilding from within. That's not just about strength, it's about independence, confidence, and longevity. When your legs weaken, everything changes. Climbing stairs feels harder, your balance becomes less steady, and even a short walk can drain your energy. Most people call that aging. But science now reveals that's not the full truth. Muscle loss with age, known as sarcopenia, isn't driven by time alone. The real culprits are disrupted circadian rhythms, low-grade inflammation, and nutrient-starved cells that can't perform or recover properly. In other words, it's not how old you are, it's how your biology is being fueled, what you eat, when you eat it, and how those nutrients interact with your muscles and nervous system matter far more than your birth year. In this episode, we'll break down the fascinating physiology behind this discovery and the single, easily accessible food that can reignite your neuromuscular system. You'll learn how this food restores mitochondrial efficiency, your body's energy factory, how amino acid signaling helps rebuild muscle density, why your circadian clock determines how well this food works, the exact nutrient profile and timing that jumpstart muscle recovery overnight. This isn't hype, it's science-backed nutrition designed for real results. Your body can recover faster than you think, if you simply give it the right tools. For decades, we believed muscle loss came from inactivity or hormone decline. But neuroscience now paints a far more hopeful picture. Recent studies reveal that much of the muscle you think you've lost is still there, just disconnected. The problem lies not in the muscle itself, but in the motor neurons, the communication lines between your brain, spinal cord, and leg muscles. As early as your 40s, these neurons begin to weaken or misfire, breaking the electrical connection that signals your muscles to contract. That's why your legs can feel sluggish, unsteady, or slow to respond even if you're still active. In fact, research from the University of Calgary found that older adults with declining leg strength often had fully intact muscle tissue. It just wasn't receiving the proper neurological signal. The muscles weren't dead, they were offline. And here's the remarkable part: they can be reactivated. So, if you've ever felt shaky standing from a chair, noticed your legs tiring faster than they used to, or blamed your body for just getting old, know this: it's not aging, it's communication breakdown. And the right nutrition, timed precisely, can flip that switch back on. Now, get ready, because in the next section, we'll uncover which food has been scientifically proven to reconnect those signals, recharge your mitochondria, and bring your legs back online. As we learned in the previous section, the loss of strength in your legs isn't because your muscles have disappeared, they're simply offline. Their connection to your nervous system has weakened, and the key to restoring that link lies in how you nourish the system that powers every movement you make. I'm Dr. Nana, and in this part of our journey on Senior Health Boost, we're diving into how to reactivate that connection and bring your muscles back online using science, not strain. Fortunately, there's a proven way to fix this breakdown. Your spinal cord acts as the command center, the relay station between your brain's orders and your body's actions. Every step, every rise from a chair, every time you steady yourself, that signal must pass through the spinal cord with precision and power. Imagine your nervous system as a foreman shouting directions through a megaphone, while your leg muscles are the construction crew waiting for instructions. If that megaphone's battery runs low, the workers slow down, even though they're fully capable. But the moment you recharge it, productivity soars again. That recharge happens through nutrition by providing the right nutrients that strengthen communication at the neuromuscular junction, the tiny space where your nerves and muscles meet. Within hours, the signals can become clearer, faster, and more coordinated. The magic lies in specific nutrients, amino acids, B vitamins, and choline-based precursors that help your neurons transmit signals effectively. When these nutrients are supplied in the right combination, the nervous system wakes up, and your legs begin to respond like they used to. The diet we're focusing on today does exactly that. It's rich in protein, but even more importantly, it contains the specific molecules your nervous system craves to restore communication. You're not just feeding muscles, you're reactivating them. Think of it as turning the lights back on in a room that's been dim for years. Before you worry about building new muscle, you first have to make sure your body is using what it already has. Leg weakness, especially after 50, is often less about muscle mass and more about the quality of the signal reaching those muscles. That's where one special nutrient takes center stage: leucine. Leucine is one of the most powerful tools your body has to rebuild strength at the molecular level. And unlike some supplements, it works quickly and naturally. If this realization is reshaping how you think about aging and strength, now's a great time to subscribe to Senior Health Boost. Every week I, Dr. Nana, turn complex science into simple, life-changing strategies that help you stay strong, active, and independent. Here's how leucine works. Shortly after eating, your body isn't just digesting calories, it's scanning for signals. It wants to know, should we store energy or rebuild? Leucine provides the answer. It's an essential amino acid, meaning your body can't make it, you have to get it from food. But its role goes far beyond nutrition. Scientists call leucine an anabolic trigger. It's the spark that flips on your body's muscle-building machinery. When leucine enters your bloodstream, it activates a process called TOR, the mammalian target of rapamycin, a molecular pathway that directs your cells to build and repair muscle tissue. Think of TOR as an air traffic control tower and leucine as the signal that clears your muscles for takeoff. In a landmark 2011 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, researchers found that even in older adults, a single leucine-rich meal could dramatically boost TOR activity and increase muscle protein synthesis within hours. That's remarkable because as we age, our muscles become less responsive to the body's usual growth signals. Leucine, however, bypasses that resistance. It's one of the few nutrients scientifically proven to reignite muscle regeneration fast. So, if you've ever eaten a high-protein lunch but still felt tired, weak, or unsteady afterward, the problem might not be the amount of protein but the lack of leucine and its poor timing. Here's a surprising fact. Many older adults eat enough protein to maintain muscle, but not enough leucine to stimulate growth. That's why what kind of protein you eat and when you eat it matters so much. The first major meal of your day should feature a leucine-rich source. Foods highest in leucine include eggs, beef, poultry, and especially whey protein, nature's most efficient leucine supplier. To switch on your muscle-building machinery, you need roughly 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine, which you'll find in about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein. That's about the amount in a serving of Greek yogurt with whey powder, a chicken breast, or a few eggs. If you want an easy shortcut, whey protein isolate provides leucine and other essential amino acids in the perfect ratio for maximum absorption. That's why both athletes and physicians who work with seniors use it to rapidly restore muscle strength and coordination. But this isn't just about rebuilding, it's about reconnecting. When you consume leucine-rich foods, you're not simply adding muscle fibers, you're re-establishing the dialogue between your muscles and your brain. It's communication on a molecular level, a conversation of renewal. In the next part, we'll look at how combining leucine with timed nutrition, especially in the evening, can amplify its effects and retrain your body's circadian rhythm for better overnight recovery. As we discussed earlier, you're not just strengthening your legs, you're reconnecting them to your brain. You're rebuilding a biochemical conversation between your nervous system and your muscles. And the faster that dialogue returns, the faster your legs start feeling steady, powerful, and truly alive again. Now, let's talk about the messenger that makes that conversation possible, the neurotransmitter that literally tells your muscles to move, acetylcholine. And soon, you'll learn about a simple, everyday food that can restore it faster than most supplements ever could. I'm Dr. Nana, and this is Senior Health Boost, where science meets everyday life to help you stay strong, mobile, and confident after 50. If you've been finding value in these insights, take a second to tap that like button. It lets the algorithm know this message matters, and it helps more people discover these science-backed strength solutions. So, what happens when you decide to stand up, walk across the room, or climb a few steps? Your brain instantly sends an electrical command through the spinal cord toward your muscles. But that signal doesn't reach them directly. It must first be converted into a chemical language your muscles understand, acetylcholine. This neurotransmitter acts like a bridge between your thoughts and your movements. It carries the message that tells your leg muscles, contract, lift, move. But if your body runs low on acetylcholine, that bridge weakens. The signal flickers. Your muscles misfire, hesitate, or fail to respond as quickly as they once did. As we age, this becomes increasingly important. Research shows that both acetylcholine production and receptor sensitivity decline over time, particularly in the motor neurons controlling your legs. That's one reason why older adults often notice small balance issues or slower reaction times even if they're still active and healthy. It's not weakness, it's communication delay. Now here's where the science gets truly fascinating. The compound that your body uses to make acetylcholine is called choline, and studies show it can rapidly restore that signaling ability. According to a 2012 review in the journal Nutrients, increasing dietary choline can boost acetylcholine production within just 6 to 12 hours, especially during periods of high brain activity and motor coordination. Think about that. In less than half a day, your body can literally improve its messaging system between your brain and legs, simply by providing the right nutrient. So, what food gives you this advantage? The best natural source of choline is eggs, especially the yolks. Just 2 whole eggs deliver over 300 milligrams of choline, which your body quickly converts into acetylcholine, refueling the same neural pathway that controls your coordination and strength. But this isn't just trivia. It's a working protocol you can start tomorrow morning. Here's how you do it. If you wake up feeling unsteady, weak, or slow to move, try this simple routine. Within 30 minutes of waking, eat 2 whole eggs, ideally paired with a leucine-rich protein like whey or cottage cheese. Why this timing? Because after sleep, your body's acetylcholine stores are at their lowest. Your neurons are hungry for the raw materials that help them fire effectively. When you supply choline early in the morning, you're giving your nervous system exactly what it needs right when it needs it most. Have you ever noticed that after a protein-rich breakfast, your steps feel lighter, more confident, and your movements more controlled? That's not a placebo, that's precision firing within your central nervous system. Choline doesn't just fuel muscle, it strengthens the connection between your legs and your brain. It helps your body move with intention, again. And if you're plant-based or don't eat eggs, don't worry. You still have options. Soybeans, quinoa, and Brussels sprouts all contain choline, though in smaller amounts. Just remember, egg yolks remain the gold standard for bioavailability, meaning your body absorbs and uses them far more efficiently than plant-based sources. But acetylcholine's magic doesn't stop at movement. It also plays a major role in memory, learning, and focus. So by restoring acetylcholine, you're not only helping your muscles move, you're sharpening your mind too. It's a 2-for-1 benefit: stronger legs and clearer thinking. This mind-body connection is the foundation of healthy aging. Because when your brain and muscles communicate effectively, you regain confidence in every step, and that confidence changes everything. Now that we've restored communication through choline and acetylcholine, it's time to look at the next piece of the puzzle: blood flow. You can think of your circulatory system like a garden hose. If there's a kink in the hose, water can't reach the plants, no matter how rich the soil is or how bright the sun shines. That's exactly what happens inside your muscles when blood flow becomes restricted, a common issue as we age. When the arteries and capillaries that supply your legs narrow or lose elasticity, oxygen and nutrients can't reach your muscle fibers efficiently. As a result, even strong, well-nourished muscles start to feel sluggish or tired. The good news? Scientists are now studying specific foods that can increase circulation naturally, helping not only with leg strength and endurance, but even with conditions like vascular dementia and performance fatigue. Improved blood flow means better delivery of oxygen, faster recovery, and more energy with every step you take. So, if you're determined to reclaim both your clarity and your strength, now's the perfect time to subscribe to Senior Health Boost. Because what we'll explore next connects everything we've discussed, from neural signaling to muscle rebuilding, through the one system that supports it all: your circulation. As we touched on earlier, restoring strength isn't just about muscles, it's also about flow. Your legs depend on constant delivery of oxygen, nutrients, and efficient waste removal. When circulation slows, all 3 processes suffer. That's why even people who exercise regularly and eat enough protein can still feel heavy, sluggish, or weak in their legs. Poor circulation quietly robs you of strength from the inside out. The master key to blood flow is a small but mighty molecule called nitric oxide, or NO. Your body's inner lining, the endothelial cells inside your blood vessels, produces this gas naturally. It's their way of saying, open up. Let more blood through. When nitric oxide levels are healthy, your vessels expand, your circulation improves, and your muscles receive more oxygen. But here's the exciting part. Your diet can dramatically influence how much nitric oxide your body makes. Among all foods tested, beets are one of the most powerful natural nitric oxide boosters on Earth. When you eat or juice beets, your body converts their dietary nitrates into nitric oxide, and the effects happen fast. A 2015 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that within just hours of drinking beetroot juice, adults over 60 showed measurable gains in leg muscle power, particularly in fast-twitch fibers, the very ones responsible for balance, coordination, and fall prevention. This isn't a subtle improvement. Participants improved in real-world strength tests, walking speed, chair stands, and stair climbing, all after consuming beets or beet juice before activity. So how do you use this to your advantage? It's simple. About 90 minutes before exercise or physical activity, drink 250-300 ml of beet juice, or eat 1 to 2 medium beets. That window allows your body to fully convert the nitrates into nitric oxide, priming your vessels for better circulation, just when you need it most. If you want to take it further, follow it up with 20 minutes of light movement, walking, cycling, or gentle stretching. Movement itself stimulates more nitric oxide production, creating a powerful synergy between diet and activity. Think of it like turning up the water pressure in a garden hose. The flow becomes stronger, the delivery more efficient. Some people worry about the sugar content in beets, but when consumed before exercise, the benefits far outweigh that small amount of natural sugar. Pair your beet drink with a protein source or fiber-rich greens to balance your blood sugar and enhance endurance. And if this kind of practical science resonates with you, consider subscribing to Senior Health Boost. Here I, Dr. Nana, break down real research into clear, actionable steps that empower you to rebuild strength, one habit at a time. Now, while nitric oxide helps the plumbing, there's another silent threat slowly eroding muscle strength, one most people don't even realize is happening: chronic inflammation. It's not the type of inflammation you see after an injury, the redness, swelling, or heat. Chronic inflammation is quieter, systemic, and persistent, like a low hum in the background that never stops. Over time, it weakens muscle fibers, slows recovery, and even interferes with nerve signaling. According to a 2020 study published in the Journals of Gerontology, even mild chronic inflammation can reduce muscle strength, coordination, and regeneration capacity, no matter how active or well-nourished you are. Researchers found that elevated levels of two key markers, C-reactive protein CARP and interleukin 6-6, were directly linked to lower muscle mass and leg strength in older adults. When inflammation is active, it disrupts nearly every biological system that supports movement. It impairs muscle protein synthesis, the process of building new muscle. It increases oxidative stress, which damages cells. It reduces mitochondrial efficiency, your body's energy production. And it even weakens your nervous system's ability to recruit muscle fibers effectively. The result? Even if the muscle tissue is still there, the signal to activate it becomes weaker. Here's the twist: one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory tools isn't found in a pill bottle. It's growing in your produce drawer. Enter the dark leafy greens: kale, spinach, mustard greens, chard, and arugula. These are true anti-inflammatory superfoods. Rich in nitrates, magnesium, chlorophyll, and polyphenols, they actively suppress the chemical messengers that drive chronic inflammation. One compound in particular, quercetin, found abundantly in kale and mustard greens, has been shown to directly block inflammatory cytokines such as TNF-alpha and IL-6. A 2019 study in Frontiers in Pharmacology demonstrated that regularly consuming quercetin-rich greens can lower inflammatory markers within just 2 to 4 weeks, especially when paired with regular physical activity. So, what does this mean for you? Simply adding 1 full cup of dark leafy greens to your first meal of the day can make a measurable difference in your strength, energy, and recovery. It's a science-backed, affordable step you can start today. By now, you've learned how nutrients like choline, leucine, and nitrates work together to restore communication, rebuild muscle, and reestablish healthy circulation. But inflammation is the hidden barrier that can undo all that progress if left unchecked. The next step is learning how to cool that inner fire for good, and the right foods can do exactly that. When you eat your first meal of the day, you're doing far more than fueling your body. You're setting the tone for how your immune system will behave for the rest of the day. That morning meal acts as a signal for your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, which regulates hormones, energy, and inflammation. To help your body absorb fat-soluble antioxidants such as vitamin K and beta-carotene, pair your greens with a little avocado or a drizzle of olive oil. You can even add a splash of lemon juice or apple cider vinegar to boost digestion and improve nutrient uptake. These foods aren't quick-fix painkillers. They don't mask discomfort. They heal it from the inside out. Over time, usually within 10 to 14 days, you may notice less stiffness, faster recovery, steadier energy, and that refreshing feeling of lightness in your legs again. At this stage, food becomes more than nutrition. It becomes communication, a signal that tells your immune system, we're safe now. You can stand down. But there's one piece most people miss. When you eat can be just as powerful as what you eat, especially when it comes to rebuilding strength after 50. Every time you eat a protein-rich meal, your body activates a process called muscle protein synthesis (MPS), the biological engine that repairs and builds new muscle. The problem? That signal grows weaker with age. As we get older, our muscles become less responsive to dietary protein, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. So even if you eat plenty of protein, your body may not use it efficiently unless your timing is right. Here's what the research reveals. A 2014 study from the University of Texas showed that adults who spread their protein evenly across breakfast, lunch, and dinner had 25% higher rates of muscle protein synthesis than those who saved most of it for the evening. Why? Because every meal acted like a separate spark plug, keeping your growth signal active throughout the day. Even better, eating 30 to 60 minutes after light activity, a walk, stretch, or yoga further amplifies that effect. This short window, often called the anabolic window, is when your muscles are most eager to absorb amino acids and repair tissue. Here's a simple routine you can start today. Step 1. At breakfast, aim for 30 grams of high-quality protein, for example, a Greek yogurt bowl with hemp seeds and cherries, or 3 eggs with sauteed spinach and lentils. Step 2. After any physical activity, have a meal or smoothie that blends complex carbohydrates plus protein, something like quinoa with beans and olive oil, or a protein banana shake. The carbs trigger insulin, which helps shuttle amino acids into muscle cells for quicker recovery. Step 3. Don't overload on protein at dinner. Your body can process only about 30–40 grams at once. The rest becomes stored energy. Spreading protein through the day keeps your muscles activated and responsive longer. When you time your meals this way, you're not just feeding your muscles, you're talking to them. You're sending a clear message: stay alive, stay strong, stay active. Muscle isn't just for movement, it's a metabolic organ that protects your vitality, posture, and independence. In our next and final section, we'll pull everything together from nitric oxide and circulation to inflammation control and meal timing into one clear, science-based blueprint you can apply immediately. By the end, you'll have a single, empowering action plan to boost your energy, leg strength, and overall longevity. If you've followed this far, you've already taken the most important step. You're learning to work with your body instead of against it. Regaining strength isn't wishful thinking, it's biology done right. So stay with me, because on the next page, we'll tie every discovery together and reveal one simple daily habit that can transform the way you move, age, and live. I'm Dr. Nana, and this is Senior Health Boost, where every fact you learn brings you one step closer to stronger legs and a stronger life. Your body is extraordinary not because it avoids aging, but because it's built to adapt. Even the smallest systems inside you, your blood vessels, your gut, your muscles are constantly communicating, learning, and renewing. And at the heart of all that renewal lies one beautiful truth: your body wants to heal. It just needs the right signals at the right time. The endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, is where it all begins. Think of it as the conductor of your body's circulation orchestra, making sure oxygen, nutrients, and energy reach every muscle fiber, especially in your legs. Over time, this lining naturally stiffens and weakens, reducing the amount of oxygen your muscles receive. But here's the exciting part, it's not permanent. Foods rich in nitrates, polyphenols, and antioxidants can actually revitalize your endothelial cells, helping them perform like they did years ago. That's why something as simple as drinking beetroot juice, eating dark leafy greens, or enjoying a handful of berries can do more for your leg power than you might imagine. These foods wake up your circulation and breathe life back into your muscles, literally. But the story doesn't stop with your bloodstream. There's also a deep and powerful gut-muscle connection. The health of your gut microbiome, those trillions of bacteria working silently in your intestines, directly influences how your brain and muscles communicate. That's right. What's happening in your gut affects how your legs move. Beetroot, for instance, doesn't just boost nitric oxide. It also nurtures healthy gut bacteria that, in turn, support your nervous system and your muscle performance. Every time you feed your body with the right nutrients, you're also feeding that internal network that coordinates movement, strength, and balance. And then there's timing, the final piece of the puzzle. Meal timing isn't just about convenience. It's a form of biological rhythm management. Eating the right foods at the right time helps your body avoid anabolic resistance, maintain steady energy, and keep your muscle-building machinery humming throughout the day. When paired with movement, those rhythms become even more powerful, like syncing a perfect beat between your metabolism and your muscles. When you put all of this together, the message is clear. Your body wants to regenerate. It's always listening. You just need to give it the right inputs, the proper foods, in balanced amounts, at the right moments. And the best part, you can start tomorrow morning. Here's what I want you to do. Simple, practical, 100% doable. Tomorrow, begin your day with a beet smoothie. Add a rich protein source, maybe Greek yogurt or your favorite plant-based alternative, and blend until creamy. Then, take a 15-minute walk. That small movement opens your blood vessels, allowing nitric oxide to surge through your system. Your circulation improves. Your muscle fibers wake up. Your brain and legs start communicating again. After your walk, within about 30 to 60 minutes, have your first high-protein breakfast, perhaps eggs with greens, or oatmeal with whey and chia. What's happening inside your body is remarkable. The proteins and nitrates work together to trigger muscle repair, blood flow, and energy renewal. That's not just a breakfast, it's a recalibration of your body's rhythm. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about momentum. Every small, consistent action you take, choosing one nutrient, taking one walk, eating one well-timed meal, sends a message to your body that says, I'm rebuilding. I'm ready. And before long, something subtle yet powerful begins to happen. Your legs start to feel stronger, your balance steadier, your steps lighter. But even more than that, you feel like yourself again, more capable, more confident, more alive. Because the real goal isn't just strong legs, it's a strong life. Your legs are your foundation for independence. They're the base of every move you make, whether it's walking across a room, dancing with your partner, or playing with your grandkids. They reflect your vitality, your circulation, and your metabolic health all at once. So when you support your legs, you're supporting your life, your energy, your confidence, your freedom. And remember this, small steps lead to big changes. When you integrate these evidence-based tools, from nitric oxide and choline to meal timing and inflammation control, you're not chasing youth. You're reclaiming balance. You're reminding your body what it's designed to do. That's the magic of science when it meets consistency. Try this simple morning protocol for 1 week. Then, pay attention. Notice the little changes, steadier steps, better posture, easier movement. That's your body responding. That's your biology waking up. And when that happens, don't stop. Keep going. Build momentum. Because the difference between merely surviving and truly thriving lies in your next meal, your next walk, and your next choice to nourish yourself well. If today's video gave you a new way to look at your body, if it reminded you that healing is still possible at any age, then let's keep this journey going together. Share your story in the comments. I'd love to know where you're watching from, how you're feeling, and which step you're going to start with first. And don't forget, tap like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss a new episode from Senior Health Boost. Because every week I, Dr. Nana, bring you science-backed tools, real strategies, and encouragement to help you stay active, independent, and strong, inside and out. So take that first step tomorrow morning. Blend your smoothie. Take your walk. Give your body the signal it's been waiting for. Because strength doesn't fade, it just needs to be reawakened. Thank you for watching Senior Health Boost, where your best years of energy and vitality are still ahead of you.